my view is that would be that first and foremost, I think in campaign funding itself, I think we have artificial limits on campaign funding. We have this limit saying 15 lakhs is what you can send in an MLA election, and I think 25 lakhs in an MP election. I think that's absurdly low. We all know that we are spending far more than that. I think the first step is to tell that you can spend as much as you want. Please spend as much as you want. And I am, from an economic perspective, I'm a big proponent of the spend side of economics. I think big spending is good. I in fact welcome big weddings. Only if you have big weddings will the flower vendor get some money, the chap who's hiring out horses will get money, the fellow who's doing the fire dance will get money. So I'm a big proponent of spending. I think people must spend. I think in fact the greatest tragedy in this country is people hoard money. They don't go and spend. I mean, I wish they spend a little bit more. All those who have money, only if they spend more, even in an extravagant manner, which quote unquote our middle class sensibilities might think it's wasteful, will somebody down the line get money. So we must encourage people to spend more. And even political parties, I think, should be allowed to spend as much as they want, which they do now. Not that nobody's preventing them from spending as much as they want, but there is a legal bar because every candidate after the election gives an account saying that I only spend so much. I think you must allow them, make no distinction between political party and individual. Tell them you spend as much as you want, but please tell us where you're getting your money from. Please disclose the sources on how much you actually spend. Please disclose the sources there. In terms of an American model of having government contribute to political parties, it's a two-way street in the sense that established political parties will have a slight advantage over new political parties because new political parties which don't have the resources or don't have the vote bank will not get the funding from there. That's the problem in America too, because that's why the two-party system is very entrenched in America. The Democrats and the Republicans are so entrenched and new political parties simply can't come in because those two parties, because of their vote share in the previous election, are able to get matching fundings from the Federal Election Commission, whereas a new party will simply not get it. So I'm not too sure how to structure that. I really don't have an idea, but if there is an intelligent way by which even a newcomer is not penalized overtly, and especially in a country like India, I really don't see us moving towards a two-party system, especially because of our completely diverse ethnicity here. There will be regional parties, small parties, which will have pockets of influence, and they shouldn't get crushed because the institutional funding is not available to them. I think the first step is to tell political parties you can raise money from wherever you want. You can spend as much money as you want. Please tell us from where you're getting your money from. And it's up to each party to come up with a structure on how much they're willing to pay their full-time activists. I mean, I don't think we can have a national mandate there. I know the Communist Party is structured in a completely different way from another party would be. So, I mean, I don't know whether there is a role for a Central Election Commission or an authority to mandate how political parties must actually pay their cadre. I'm not too sure about that. So. See, political party structures, political parties first will become mature over a period of time. As I said, most political parties will have these symbolic leaderships for some more time. I don't see that breaking that chain in the short run. So, political parties today, the way they are structured, but at the same time, I'm not too sure whether political parties completely cut off talent from rising up. I think there is talent also comes up in every political party. So, but yeah, they're not necessarily the most democratic or most open in their functioning. I mean, in terms of selection of candidates and things like that, can a lot more happen. But how does that happen? That's a very internal, cleansing process rather than an externally, mooted idea. I mean, it's the question of the membership of the political party, the constitutional structure of the political party. And when things get really bad, some group breaks away from the political party because they have an angst with the way things happen. I mean, that's why most splits happen in political parties. I mean, the Congress party has been a classic example of how many times it's split and come back together. So, reform within the political party is a very tricky issue because of our inherent, need for symbolic leadership. That reform will be a little slow.
Sometimes we see that when the government changes, etc., the priorities of the instrument program changes.
I think that's wrong. I think there are certain things which have certain needs which have to run through governments. I think that's when we really have mature governments. The need for a 4-lane highway is the need for a 4-lane highway. Whether the Congress rules India, whether the BJP rules India, whether the Trinamool Congress rules India, we need a 4-lane highway. I mean, we need primary schools everywhere. So there are certain national priorities which I think should be beyond debate. And I think political parties must exhibit that maturity to saying that these are national priorities and these are completely beyond debate. I mean, we will do it no matter who's there. I mean, you can rename them and do what you want to do with them, but these national priorities will simply not be touched. And I think that maturity must come. I think that's dawning now. I don't think large projects or something of great national interest are being done on purely partisan lines. I don't think that's happening now. I think there is a great degree of maturity in that, but it can get better as well. See, that's it. You're presupposing my economic theory with an incident which happened in Parliament. And first of all, the members who asked questions for money, you're asking for the cash for questions too?
Not that. The time wasted in Lok Sabha by
I mean,
and fighting in Lok Sabha itself.
I think more people like you become members of Parliament, will have less fighting.
We need opportunity for that, sir.
Yeah, join a political party, work your way up. I mean, all those people were also young students at some point of time. All those people there in Parliament today were creating a ruckus.
That's why we are here to become a good
Good. But that's the only way. I mean, how do you legislate that away? I mean, to a great extent, quality of debate is quite less today in Parliament. It's really the executive government which is taking decisions, and members come and vote. It's really quality of debate is a little low. But if that has to improve, quality of members of Parliament must improve. If quality of members of Parliament is improved, people must choose better members of Parliament. They have the right to choose members of Parliament. And in fact, in the last college I spoke, somebody said if there is a retirement age for bureaucrats, why is there no retirement age for politicians? I said there are two ways to do this. One, we can make a law saying that anybody over the age of 60 cannot contest elections. That's the legal way to do it. I mean, the legislative way to do it. There's another way to do it. All of you decide not to vote for anybody over the age of 60. Simple as that. Simple as that. I mean, everybody in this country feels strongly about it. Don't vote for anybody over the age of 60. Nobody over the age of 60 will ever get elected. The same way, if you think that this person will not go and who is your member of Parliament? Where are you from? Who is your member of Parliament? And does he create problems in the Parliament? You know or don't know? Huh? No, doesn't matter.